Okay, well, different direction. We've covered him before because we've covered an Eric B and Rakim album, Follow the Leader.
Yep.
And then we did cover a single from his comeback album, The 18th Letter, Guess Who's Back. And now we're doing Rakim's second solo album, The Master is the name of it, from 1998, I believe is when this one came out. So I can remember owning this album. So that you know, Josh, the big rumor after this one was that Rakim was going to work with Dr. Dre on the Ultimate album, and somehow they got together and they both agreed that it just didn't work out. His rapping and Dr. Dre's beats, which seems unfathomable, but some of the songs have been released over the years, and it is weird. It's just him and Dr. Dre's style, as great as both of them are, for some reason it doesn't fully work. But this is before that time. This was, as the beginning of this album shows you, where a lot of people are paying tribute to Rakim, right? Like, in his skills. This is, he's both a legend and underground at this point in time, although not on the radio stations near me. Like, Rakim was being played on, I doubt he's being played in places that weren't New York and Philly at this point. At this time. So I'm familiar with this album. I can remember playing this for my friends that were hip hop heads, the ones that I would say were completists, right? Like, really dug this album, even the ones that didn't know Rakim, and it allowed them to work backwards. The ones that like more mainstream hip hop, I felt like they felt it was of another generation. What's your take on this one?
So just to clean one stack, it did come out in 1999, November 30th.
99. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so
Sorry
right
about
at
that.
the
It was
end
a
of
year
the
off.
decade. I did not know this album. I'm so glad you brought it, or suggested we talk about it, because it's fantastic. And maybe no surprise. I mean, I think we in the rap community at large also love
yes,
Rakim.
we're members of the rap community. Yes,
the rap extended universe. It just goes to show you another level that he is on, rap wise, and like why he's so influential. I think if there's any like takeaway that I want listeners of the show from the 90s, is like the journey that rap has made in the 90s, and like kind of the evolution and like how it has expanded, and also kind of like knowing the important people in rap, and Rakim is definitely one of them. It's weird that we haven't talked about Rakim since Paid in Full, really, like a full album's worth, because it's just so tight, it's so good, like it's really like pure, like in the same way that, well, it's different in the way that, like, we talked about Handsome Boy Modeling School on one of our previous bonus episodes, and we talked about Big Pun recently, and it's different than those albums, but it's also
I think what you're trying to say is Rakim has bars.
Yes. Yeah. It's like the best. It's like listening to the best that there is at what they do. Like
it's like the Jordan, right? A prime Jordan of
exactly.
like MCing. Yeah.
And it's as soon as you listen to it, I feel like if you've listened to rap at all, you can tell that he is top tier and that he's like the best there is. And if you can't, then you just haven't listened to enough rap, I think, because he's just like phenomenal. Like he makes things, we've said this before about other albums and rappers too, but he makes it seem so effortless, and he's effortlessly, and he go ahead.
Just strings together bars that work with end rhymes and mid rhymes, and like in Uplift, there's tons of great songs on this album, but I've always like Uplift, the one like Levantare, like as the chorus, which is just such a great like beat choice,
right?
I think it's a DJ Premier beat. I know he's one of the DJs like on this, but
it's Amin Ra and
yeah, there's like 3 or 4 different ones. I don't know which one, but it's such a good. But he like a run that he has here is like, in a thug's paradise where love have a price, so we love for life like thugs love the night. They sell drugs for ice for the Benz with bug lights. Some hug mics to the world hung like parasites. Right. I mean, that's 8 verses with rhyme at the front, the back, around. And also, he's not just like telling, it's a narrative. It's not like just words to rhyme, right? Like it makes complete sense and progresses the narrative. It's like poetry. It's really like when anybody can rhyme stuff or just spit words without this is like the meaning, the craft, but also the sound. It's like it's like a sonnet in poetry. If you could say something profound but do it in this tight structure with the type of rhyme, it's math meets art meets emotion, right? And to do them all is why, you know, Keats and Byron and those people, and even, you know, Shakespeare, it's just another level than someone free versing, right? Where they just get 1,000 words to tell a story. Like, no, they tell just as profound a story in this format, you know?
Yeah, it's like no word wasted. It's like what you aspire to be, I imagine, when you're rapping, or a rapper, like in terms of like writing raps, like this is it. Like like you can't do better than this.
I mean, this is why I like guys like Eminem and Nas, like top tier MCs, right? Like this is where they go for their this is their MVP. Yeah.
And there's rappers today. I don't want to feel like, you know, Rakim's the end of it. You know, Kendrick often gets compared. Kendrick Lamar. Well,
ASAP Rocky his real name is Rakim.
Yeah,
because his mom was such a big fan. So I mean, there you go. If you want like a modern day one,
right? There are rappers that are you know, continuing this level of craft, and I'm not an expert on modern rap by any means, but they are out there from what I've heard.
You will be in 5 years, Josh.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you're right. There is a lot of great songs on here. I think the biggest hit was When I Be on the Mic, which is kind of a great kind of like more commercial track, but All Night Long.
Another great sample.
Yeah. Yeah. The I would say too that the production on this is great. There's really like some strong beats on this album. I really like, let me see what else I wrote down. You know, Finest Ones, that's a great beat. That's the song after When I Be on the Mic. All Night Long, I really like. That's kind of a more of like a club song almost, or a dance song. And you're right about Uplift, and kind of on and on. How I Get Down later on, Strong Island, which is a fun song. It's kind of like mimics like a live audience, and Waiting for the World to End. So there's really like no bad songs on this album. It's just like if you just want an enjoyable rap album, and listen to this album.
It's a shame we don't get Matt on this because he's been doing the journey, right, on rap and R&B with us, and I would be curious to see how he reacted to this, to see if he got what we got out of it, because I mean, I picked this, Josh, because I knew you'd love this, even though you didn't hear it. The album before this, 18th Letter, might actually be even better than this one.
Oh, wow.
As crazy as that. Oh, it's fantastic. It's hard to pick. It's like picking a favorite child, right? Mm-hmm. They're both here, and I just always used to judge folks and how serious they were about hip hop with I wouldn't go back to like Eric B and Rakim, right? Because it was of the 80s in some ways, in all the good ways, but I get how it might be stripped out. But like this gives you enough of the modern, right, beats that you can do it. And I would just see if I would play the 18th Letter or the Master and people were not vibing with it, no judgments, but I knew like the way they did hip hop, right, was like slightly different than like my strong preferences, because this has all the things. The bars are great. As I mentioned before, the rhyme and his choices are great. He has like one of the best rap voices. It's authoritative, but also authoritative, but like silky smooth as well. It's very masculine, but not in like an aggressive beat down, you know, or command type of way like a Scarface or Ice Cube has. It's not like playful, sexy, right? Like he's playful like Slick Rick or sexy. It's not like stoned out like eased back flow like Snoop, right? It's its own sort of, and it's got the 5%er stuff, and it's all over the lyrics and stuff, but he somehow manages to do the 5%er stuff, but it's something like outside of just that niche movement as well. Because he's always, you know, Rakim's always talking about like numbers and like the prophecies and stuff, and in the wrong hands, right, it could be like, but like in his hands, it just seems to work in the mysticism in terms of what he is. And having multiple producers I think is great because there's different takes on how to do a beat. Like, the two I picked for the playlist are When I Be on the Mic, and I think that one is that DJ Premier.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a definite like guru jazzmatazz type like beat. And then Uplift is a different sort of DJ approach, and State of Hip Hop interlude. Even his interludes are good, right? They kind of make sense. The LI interlude and stuff going into Strong Island, because they lead into these banger songs. And this album is just an album I can just put on and just cruise to in a car, listen to at the beach when I'm relaxing. It's good night music. There really isn't a time that I don't want to listen to this. And it's just like you said, it just stands out so much that I don't think it's stretching for me to say that I've always kind of said like Rakim's probably my favorite MC ever. I think I'm pretty confident saying that he's my favorite MC ever in terms of the whole package, right? Like what he raps about, flow, like everything, right? He's like the guy that even if you dropped the DJ, right? Like I feel like I could still listen to him rap a cappella, right? And it's funny because he's not really like a battle rapper in the traditional sense, because he's not trying to one-up you, right? He's more like, let me take out my notebook and let me just, you know what I mean? Right? It's almost like he's journaling, right? And there's a literary element to what he does. And the only thing I kind of compare it to is like Nas at his best, or, that first Jay-Z album where we marveled a little bit at his choices before he kind of became, commercial Jay-Z, I'd say. Those are kind of some of the MCs that jump to mind. If you go back to the 80s when, coming up with interesting things to say was a big piece of being an MC. He's a throwback to that. But like you said, there's good MCs along the way, but I don't know if anybody's kind of put it together quite the way like Rakim has. And this is a great hip hop album.
Yeah, it is great.
Do we call this hip hop or do we call this rap?
I would call it rap, but
I would call it rap too, because I don't look at rap as a pejorative word. Like what I think this is Rakim has a rap, right? And he's going to share it with you. Like that's kind of, I think, at the end of the day, right? What rap is. Hip hop, I think, is as much about the production and the beats, sometimes to the detriment of the MCing. I always felt like rap is the rawest form of it, and it's about the MC primarily. That's how I myself draw distinctions. Have you ever drawn one way or the other?
I think of rap as the music and hip hop as like the overall umbrella for like the culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair point. Okay. Yeah, I think that's also a very good way to look at it and a fair way to look at it too. So, within the rap game, that this is the best, and he and Rakim represents multiple parts of the culture, right? The New York end of things, like the MC is poet and prophet, along the way. So strong thumbs up, man. I am going to recommend this to Matt to listen to see what he thinks. And when you get free time, I know that's not always at a premium for you, but I would recommend 18th Letter. You heard Guess Who's Back when we covered that, and I remember you liked that one.
Yeah.
But there's bangers all throughout that one.
Yeah, it looks like in more DJ Clark Kent makes more appearances on that as well. He's on this
that one,
on this
which
one.
is an awesome name, by the way, for
Yeah.
DJ Clark Kent.
Yeah.
So there's just top tier names, right, along the way. So I always like to shout them out.